Let's say that a particular house is worth $215,000, which is 10% more than last year's value. So what was the value of the home last year? If we look at this visually, this was last year's home value, which was unknown, and this is this year's home value of $215,000. We know that there's a 10% increase in value, which we can mark here. If we set this graph to 100%, then this graph would be 100% plus 10%, or 110%. Now a quick review from previous videos. There are three components of a percent problem: the base, which is the whole or total number of parts; the rate, which is a percent, a number followed by the percent sign; and the part, which is part of the base, a part of the total number of parts. The formula is rate equals part divided by base. In our example, the value of the home increased over the time period, so this is an increase problem. The formula for an increase problem is the original plus the increase equals the new value, and the original value is the base and the new value is the part. If the home had decreased in value, then the formula would be the original minus the decrease equals the new value, with the original value again being the base and the new value again being the part. Now back to our example, where we know the rate is 110%, and we know that $215,000 is the part because it's the new value of the home. So we need to solve for the base in our percent formula. We can modify the formula as I've done on the screen to solve for the base. So we have the base equals the part divided by the rate, $215,000 divided by 110%. We need to convert the percent to a decimal by dropping the percent sign and moving the decimal point 2 places to the left to get 1.1. Now using a calculator, we have 215,000 divided by 1.1, which gives us a final answer of $195,454.55 rounded off. So we can say that $215,000 is 110% of $195,454.55. Now let's look at a decrease problem. At a certain company, sales this year were $586,000, which is 20% less than last year. So what were last year's sales? Again, if we look at this visually, this was last year's sales, which was unknown. And this is this year's sales of $586,000. We know that there's a 20% decrease in sales, which we can mark here, as last year's sales were 20% greater than this year's sales. If we set this graph to 100%, then this graph would be 100% minus 20%, or 80%. The formula for decrease is the original minus the decrease equals the new value, with the original being the base and the new value being the part. So the new value, or in this case sales, of $586,000 is the part. And from our little graph, we know the rate is 80%. Now we can solve for the base, or in this case last year's sales. Base equals part divided by rate. So we have $586,000 divided by 80%. We need to convert the percent to a decimal by dropping the percent sign and moving the decimal point 2 places to the left to get 0.8. Now using a calculator, we have 586,000 divided by 0.8, which gives us a final answer of $732,500. So we can say that $586,000 is 80% of $732,500. All right, my friends, hopefully you got something out of this video. I do have more videos right there for you. Till next time, I am out of here.